What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Bray Wyatt struggling with the loss of Jon Huber, hence his absence. Is Sting a snitch? AEW in talks with Andrade, a long-absent WWE superstar returning to wrestling. Paige trolls everybody. Controversial Lost Randy Savage audio has been discovered, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into the first story. Now, first story looks at whether Sting is a snitch. Is the WWE Hall of Famer Sting a snitch? Well, that's the accusation being made by Insane Clown Posse member Shaggy 2 Dope. He discussed a number of wrestlers on a recent episode of the Palicast podcast, and when Stinger's name came up, Shaggy went off. Sting did. He's a rat. He told on all the wrestlers who were cheating on their wives, just ratted them out. He turned Christian and ratted out all the boys in the back, told all their wives that they were all bitches. According to Ringside News, the Stinger hasn't commented on the accusations, so for now it's a case of one person calling out Sting. If Sting did rat out his fellow wrestlers, he must have been a busy man considering the many tales of wrestlers' infidelities on the road. What do you guys think of these accusations? Is there any truth to them? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Bray Wyatt steps away due to mental health issues. The WWE Universe is wondering why Bray Wyatt hasn't been on Raw of late. Wyatt, who spent several months off television after Randy Orton set him on fire at TLC's Firefly Funhouse Inferno match, returned at WrestleMania 37, only to drop the match to Orton after Bliss betrayed him. Since then, Wyatt has only had one appearance on Raw, leading to speculation about why he's been gone. Well, according to the Dirty Sheets Patreon, Wyatt asked for time off. He wanted the time off. When he agreed to return, he got heat instantly from Vince, so he was like, well, I don't even want to be back in. What I don't know is if he's back and did them a favor for Mania, or if he came back and then Vince took him off television again. They went on to say Wyatt is coping with the death of his close friend Jon Huber, aka Luke Harper, aka Brodie Lee, who passed away in December 2020. Now, Wyatt's absence could explain Alexa Bliss's heel turn and the WWE using her to continue the Fiend's supernatural storyline through her. Now, we want to send our well wishes to Bray Wyatt and his family, as it must be incredibly hard to get over the death of a close friend. Of course, he has all the support of us wrestling fans. Next up, Bayley puts over a fellow superstar in a major way. Bayley has established herself as one of the best wrestlers in the WWE today since her heel turn in 2019 and record-breaking reign as SmackDown Women's Champion. Recently, the WWE's golden role model spoke with Sportskeeda and put over one of her fellow superstars, commenting on the team of Natalya and Tamina. Natty already knows, she's a former women's champion, a former divas champion, and so she's had a little taste. But I was just telling them the other day that I think them being together has really brought out the best in each other. And everybody says this is the best Tamina we've ever seen. But that's because we've never been able to see Tamina. Like, she's always had that inside of her. She's always had that fire, that passion. She's always had that love for performing and wrestling. Bayley praised Tamina further, saying, Tamina's one of the freaking most badass people you'll ever meet, but she's so loving for this business, which I can appreciate more than anything. Now, as we pointed out on many occasions before, the WWE has a wide array of talented women who've not been given the chance to showcase their talent. With any luck, Tamina will have a chance to break out. Next up, Andrade in talks with AEW. Now, there's big news to report concerning former WWE superstar Andrade. The Latino sensation recently announced that he's working with AAA, challenging AAA Mega Champion Kenny Omega to a title shot, as well as a new promotion, Federation Wrestling. Dave Meltzer had a brief update on Andrade this week, noting there have been talks with Andrade, but not sure where they stand. Keep in mind that AEW has a working relationship with AAA, which means it's possible that Andrade could show up in both promotions. If this happens, count on AEW critics blasting the promotion for signing another former WWE superstar. There is quite a few there though. Do you think AEW should sign Andrade? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, a long-absent WWE superstar returning to wrestling. Now, it's been nearly 10 years since Vladimir Kozlov worked in the WWE, but he may be back in the grappling game. During a chat with Ringsiders Wrestling, the Moscow Mauler teased a possible return. It's possible because wrestling is getting bigger right now in the Russian market. It's extremely huge, so that's why I just done a first Russian language pay-per-view for Impact Rebellion, because I was talking about my distribution for my movie and the same company, European based. It's It's like an investment group, same advisory, and they helped me for distribution for my project, and they said, Oleg, because we work probably for some promotional material, maybe you'll work on one of the biggest video platforms in Russia, RuTube. And it's the first time they're doing live pay-per-view. You can be like a commentator for pay-per-view. You may recall that Kozlov received a substantial push early on in his career, including a clean pinfall win over The Undertaker and several shots at the WWE Championship. However, Kozlov subsequently dropped down the card, working a comedy tag team gimmick with Santino Marella before being released in 2011. Kozlov seems open to the idea of wrestling, explaining, "I feel like in the future, if I have an opportunity just to join wrestling and start to wrestle again, but combine it with movie, because I spend so much time, energy, I've become like an actual stunt producer. I don't want to give up this part. It's not easy either." The 42-year-old Kozlov has been keeping busy, not only working in the film industry, but launching his signature Moscow Mauler vodka. While fans often associate wrestling with North America, former WWE superstars can find lucrative work in foreign markets, much like former WWE superstars capitalizing on the indie scene after exiting Titleland. Next up, Paige pranks the trolls. A former WWE superstar, Paige, recently had some fun at the expense of internet trolls. The former Divas champion tweeted a picture of herself that claimed to be after some recent plastic surgery. Naturally, the trolls came out in force, lambasting Paige for the shoddy work that was done to her. However, the joke proved to be on them, as the picture was a TikTok filter. Paige followed up later with this tweet saying, "So many of you believed the filter pic below was real. You are all so cruel. I can't believe how you treat people you don't know. But also thanks for the content, because I read all your dumbass tweets on my stream." Paige never seems like she can get enough attention, so this latest stunt isn't a surprise for anyone familiar with her. Next up, lost controversial Randy Savage audio has been discovered. Well, now it looks like fans will get a chance to hear Randy Savage shoot on Hulk Hogan. Wrestling fans love it when lost footage of historical matches is found, such as the Tom McGee vs. Bret Hart match. But now it appears that podcaster Conrad Thompson has found a tape from Randy Savage's appearance on Jim Ross's radio show, and that he plans on uploading some of Ross's other shows. The audio, which had been filmed around the mid-90s, was presumed to be lost, but then Conrad Thompson managed to find it. The Ross show with Randy Savage has long been sought after, as it features Savage shooting on Hogan, calling the Hulkster out for lying about his steroid use during his infamous appearance on the Arsenio Hall show, as well as Macho Man blasting Hogan for letting Elizabeth sleep at his and then wife Linda's home. Savage even discussed his own steroid use on the program, and while a transcript exists, fans are anxious to hear the actual show. And finally, Batista turns down a role in the Fast and Furious franchise. And last but not least, WWE superstars The Rock and John Cena have appeared in the ever-popular The Fast and Furious franchise, but don't expect to see Dave Batista in any of the films. During an interview with Collider, Batista talked about how he was approached by Universal about appearing in the Fast franchise. They wanted to talk to me about Fast and Furious, and I said, "I'm not interested. Let's talk about Gears of War character Marcus Phoenix." I don't mean to offend anybody. I'm not putting down anything else. I'm just saying Gears is way more interesting to me. I don't want to pretend like I'm actually interested in something I'm not, when there's something I'm actually really excited about that you guys have under control. Batista's love for Gears of War is well known, and this isn't the first time he's discussed only wanting to appear in films that appeal to him. Would you guys like to have seen Batista in the Fast and Furious franchise? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.